what would your actions be now with the right mindset and the experience, projecting yourself back to that market? Would you be on the sidelines in fear?
Yeah.
Or would you be looking to make moves?
I would try to buy everything.
Yeah, you try to buy everything.
Yeah, everything.
All right, yeah. Well, let's get into it. Are we back to pull the trigger here?
Yeah, we are going to be back. I
nice.
told Dave just set it up right now.
Yeah, we're doing some
set it up again.
We were doing some other stuff. We always wove real estate into everything, but we're gonna keep this one more like hyper focused on real estate.
We're going back to pull the trigger.
Yeah. Love it. And let's start off with like something we're always talking about, which is just, man, the negativity out there. Like, we've gotten into Twitter a little bit more and all this stuff, and it's not. I would say, what percentage would you say is negative news to positive news, negative tweets to positive tweets? Give me a percentage that you think is out there right now.
Only the real estate market
in regard, investing, real estate, all that stuff. Let's keep it there
right now. So, how long would you say you were on Twitter before me being active? How long would you say you've been on Twitter for now?
Like active on Twitter, a few months.
Yeah, same.
It's not long.
Like after the new year, for sure.
Yeah,
maybe 2 months, 3 months max. 98%.
98%. I think that's accurate.
I've rarely seen someone. There's only a few guys. I'll actually put you in touch with this one guy. I can't remember what his name is, but he also shares the same mindset as us. Super smart guy. He's got a PhD. I remember seeing a post by him and saying, he's got an MBA, PhD. He's an engineer in the oil and gas industry, but he develops real estate. He's a developer, but he specializes in storage spaces and stuff like that. But he absolutely shares our mindset. Only guy I've ever really seen.
So rare.
Really, the only guy that I've seen. Maybe a couple other ones that I've come across, but the majority of it is very negative.
Okay, so why do you think that everybody's so negative out there? Like, why is that? Like, I'm trying to think. I rack my head around it. Am I an anomaly? Am I just like a perma bull that's just oblivious to all the negative news out there? Why is it 98-2? Why do I feel like
So let me ask you this. I actually had this conversation with Clark a little bit ago. When did you start investing?
I would say about 5 years ago.
Okay, so
like real estate.
Yeah.
Right?
So for me, I come from the Great Recession period when Windsor was like tanked. Mm-hmm. So I have always been. So I feel I'm more cautious than you. I'm more bearish than you, I guess. Always because I have in the back of my mind when I started, right, that I've always been cautiously optimistic, but I'm still bullish on real estate.
So I'll say this though, in that time,
yeah,
like I'm trying to project myself there with my mindset today, and I would be thinking, okay, we're in a major border city. Yeah, prices are 40 to 60 grand for these condos, whatever you started buying. How much lower can they go? Mm-hmm. My cash flow is $400 or $500 a month. It's actually, in a way, it doesn't sound that hard to invest if you have the right mindset, which most people don't.
That mindset did not exist back then.
Well, you can't say nobody had it.
The majority of people, I didn't hear.
It's the same thing.
I agree with you. All I'm trying to say is
1 or 2% of people would have been like you that would be going to make these moves.
Yeah, I don't know anybody else around town. I'm sure there were, but I don't know anybody else around town that took complete advantage of that time. I
don't know, but people.
That's what I'm saying. I don't know, but being in the market, knowing other real estate investors, I don't know anybody.
Yeah.
Now, the reason why I'm going with the way that or the direction that I'm going with this is, it's really easy to look back in hindsight, right, and think, oh, I would have fucking bought everything. Because when I tell people, like, when did you start your real estate career? And I'm like, back in 2007, 2008, 2009, during the Great Recession. They're like, oh, you're fucking lucky. You're lucky. I always get that shit.
That's true. I agree.
Maybe. Now, but was I? Was I lucky?
No, 100%. No. But what I would say, as a more better mindset than my old self or most people, is it's not that you were lucky. You just you focus on the fundamentals.
I agree.
What's the cash flow? What's the location? What's my cost here? What's my risk level?
Yeah.
And you just made moves despite an incredibly negative environment.
I don't even know if I took that much into consideration. My mindset back then was, okay, I dropped out of school. I don't have anything else going on. Basically, shit can't get much worse. And even if it does get much worse, shit's at like 30, 40,000. I bought a condo for 20 grand. Mm-hmm. So I'm like, what the fuck is going to happen? Even if it goes down 50%, I'm only losing 10 grand. It's not going to get worse, and it's
Was-
only
were,
up from
were they
here.
making money at the
Yeah,
time?
of course. Yeah.
So that's what I mean, right?
Yeah.
In a way, you were focused on fundamentals. The fundamentals of real estate are cash flow.
That's what I'm saying.
It's not appreciation.
Yeah.
It's business. You're
Yeah,
buying a business.
exactly.
It's cash flow. So you didn't even know what you didn't know at the time. You were
Exactly.
buying small businesses that were making money.
I bought into the as simple fundamentals as you possibly could for real estate, that everybody's going to need a place to live. And Windsor was so shit at the time. It was my opinion that it couldn't get much worse.
Yes. Now, what were the other 99% of Windsorites and investors doing at that time? What was their
They
mindset?
were scared shitless, and a lot of people were leaving.
Yes. So they weren't buying cash flowing properties because they thought the market was going to go to zero.
They actually thought, yeah, exactly.
Whatever, right?
They were also comparing it to Detroit, like River Rouge. There was houses selling there for $1, and I'm like, that's not going to happen. That's Detroit, and that's in like gangland. That's not going to happen, right? They're trying to get rid of properties. But I mean, I think back then it was a little bit different, only because we didn't have that same type of mindset. We didn't have, and also I didn't have a backup plan, so it was a little bit different in that sense as well, right? It's easy to make moves when you don't have a backup plan.
Let's say you have your mindset today. Let's say you project yourself back 20 years ago. Windsor was the dumps of Canada. What would your actions be now with the right mindset and the experience, projecting yourself back to that market? Would you be on the sidelines in fear?
Yeah.
Or would you be looking to make moves?
So I remember thinking when I was making those moves, I was thinking, fuck, I wish I had more money. Like, I'm not joking.
Yeah, but I'm saying, like, with your mindset now,
that's what I mean.
It'd be the same thing.
I would try to buy everything.
Yeah, you try to buy everything.
Yeah, everything.
But what about all the negative news? What if when you hopped on Twitter, they were telling you that rates were going to rise in the next 4 quarters and prices would go down further, and you're an idiot?
Yeah.
Right?
So
like, what would you do in that situation?
Yeah, I don't care that much. And the only reason why I shouldn't say I don't care. Of course I care, but at the end of the day, if you look at historical housing index, the trajectory for real estate values is it's always on the incline. It's always increasing, and it'll never not increase, right? I mean, you have real estate built out of inflationary products and materials, so it's nonstop going to simply increase in value. There's going to be roadblocks. There's going to be lulls in the market on that graph, but nonetheless, it's happened before. Even if you take a 100-year graph and pinpoint when we had the massive interest rates of 1980s, and you have COVID, and you have the 70s, and you have World War II, and like it's the graph is still up. It's still going up. Like, so I don't understand, right?
Yeah.
On a 100-year fucking graph.
And this is, like, I love what you said. It's real estate is made out of inflationary products.
It is, yeah.
Labor and materials. It's very and land.
And there's
as
massive
well.
lead time. You can't just create this stuff, right?
Yeah.
Right?
So that's a very good point. And we're in an inflationary monetary system where the currency is constantly being debased. So you need more of the money to buy the same hard assets as you did last year. And that's just the way the system is. It's going to be that way until we die. So that's why the chart is always up and to the right. Those are some great.
Yeah. And people need a place to live. It's on Maslow's hierarchy of needs. So you need places to live.
Exactly. So these are the fundamentals. But why are people always saying the market's crashing, the world is ending? It's never a good time to buy real estate.
So
I've got articles.
I have some theory.
Yeah,
about
let's
this.
hear it. Let's hear it. I want to get into some articles after that.
Yeah.
I went back over the past 10 years. I've got an article from every year from major news agencies telling us that the world is ending. But
yeah. Well, my theory is that by those people, so they post that kind of stuff because it feeds their confirmation bias, where they don't want to make moves, and they're too scared to make moves. They're not confident enough to make moves. So by them always posting the negativity of the negative side of everything, it allows them to buy time to justify not making a move.
Yeah, it assuages their ego.
Exactly.
That says, hey, I'm smart for not making moves. Everybody that's out there pulling the trigger and buying real estate and buying businesses and buying cash
they're
flow,
going to get rinsed.
Yeah, and they want them to too. It's
actually really weird. Like,
it's really quite strange.
It
now,
is.